Hello, YNABers. My name is Jesse Meekum, and this is podcast number 473 for YNAB, where we teach you 4 rules to help you stop living paycheck to paycheck, get out of debt, and save more money. I'm often asked, what is the ideal budget? What does it look like? What do the categories look like? What's the structure? How many accounts? And I'm also asked, not as often as I used to be, but in the software specifically, how do I know if I'm spending the right amount on groceries? Do I have any comparable data? Do we benchmark? We're looking for benchmarks. We're looking to hold ourselves up in some form or another and be like, I'm reasonable, or maybe even I'm more reasonable, or oh my gosh, I've gone crazy. No one else is doing this, and who would have thought? And my pitch for today is to have you resist the urge to think that there is an ideal budget. Really, I think what I'm trying to say is there is an ideal budget, and it is your budget. Mind blown, right? If you think about the ideal budget, what are you asking specifically? For the guy with 7 kids? For the guy that lives by himself? For the woman that's in med school? For the newlywed couple back in, whenever that was, 2003, that just got married? Our ideal budget back then was spend as little as humanly possible. Is that the ideal now? No, it's not. So the ideal shifts on you, even as the same person. It's shifting and it's changing. And that ideal, almost week to week, does it maybe even change? So maybe there are 2 action points here. One, there is no ideal budget except for the budget that you've set for yourself. Obviously, following Rule 3, where you get to adjust it as that, quote, ideal kind of changes on you. So the ideal budget is one that's fluid, that is adaptable, that's flexible, that's not rigid, that is yours. That's number one. The second part may very well be that there are some non-negotiables, some kind of pillars of your budget that Rule 3 cannot touch. And we've talked about this before on the podcast. If you think about abusing Rule 3, if you think about, I'm just going to change this and change that, and you're always moving money from one category to cover another, and you might just need to face reality there. But the sense of an ideal being perhaps those things that are most important that would not change month to month, maybe even year to year. And so it really becomes a big pile of homework for you, where you have to ask yourself, what do you really, truly care about? And those are hard discussions to have. And that's a tough question to ask. And there isn't a podcast in the world that you can listen to that would give you the answer. So you work the rules. You give every dollar a job, and you see how that feels. You got to think ahead to larger, less frequent expenses, those true expenses, and make sure that you're not leaving your future self on the side of the road without any money for a tow truck. You got to make sure that you're adapting as your kind of micro ideals change, but you always want to make sure that that macro ideal is still in place. And then that 4th rule, just to kind of round it all out, you just get a little bit of breathing room. Maybe that helps us see our ideals more clearly. When we do have breathing room, we aren't going from one fire to another, and we aren't in full-on panic mode all the time. Maybe that's why we have that 4th rule. It's just to give you space to make sure you're really clear on what you want from that first rule. Until next time, follow YNAB's 4 rules and you will win financially. You've never budgeted like this.